Hello friends, welcome to Empath PM. The swords are out and classic PM versus PO debate is on. In my initial days, I also struggled to give a clear answer. One is a designation and another is a role which came with Agile. There are questions which need an answer. Who is in charge of product development? Can there be one without the other? What's the difference between these two product management roles and how does each affect the final product? I'm sure the people in these roles would have different answers to these questions when asked, especially if it is their role being evaluated. Ask everyone else and each team member will probably have a different answer. There are many factors that play into what a product manager or product owner does, such as how established a product is, how large the business is, the structure of the company itself, the use of the Scrum and the Agile practices, the company vision, and the philosophy. The product manager is responsible for guiding the product to success. They lead a cross-functional team that works on a product and improves its features. The leading doesn't mean that they report to the product manager. They just lead without the authority. It is an organizational role that outlines the strategic roadmap for a product or product line. The PM role can vary slightly from company to company and can but not necessarily include analyzing market trends, analyzing the market itself, conducting a business analysis by forecasting and gauging the profit and loss, as well as managing the relationship with the external stakeholders. They work with a project owner, project manager, and other team members to get a successful product launch. A product manager will be needed for conducting the research on how users utilize and enjoy the product. They must gain insight into customer feedback on what works and what does not, and what product features are needed and which are not. Create a strategy based on the long-term vision. Create a roadmap to keep the product team on the same page throughout the process. A PM concludes on what features should be built next on the existing products. Begin the process of creating and delivering the features that customers not only need, but they want them desperately. Advocate and coordinate the product team, partners and stakeholders to make sure all are aligned around the strategy and product needs to be going for success. The term product owner can be somewhat misleading. It is not someone that owns the finished product or is the owner of the company that produces the product. It is a term that has come from Scrum. A Scrum framework made by a Scrum team defines a product owner as responsible for maximizing the value of the product resulting from the work of the development team. But what does this mean? It means that product owner generates customer stories that the development team can use. They are the voice of the customer. The product owner is responsible for the product backlog. This means they are responsible for a list of actionable tasks for the development team. They ensure that the development team can attain the certain product outcomes. It encompasses everything an agile team will work on, and this is not a small task, as backlog grooming alone is substantial. Along with the grooming, the role of the product owner includes the responsibilities of listening to customer and turning their problems and complaints into the user stories that create actionable items which development team can work. They prioritize these stories and then arrange them in a product backlog. They build and set production processes priorities to make sure the team knows especially what things to focus in order to deliver the value for the customer. The product owner is present at all the team meetings with other internal stakeholders such as Scrum Master to make sure the whole development process is following the product roadmap created by the product manager. They are the communication link between the customer needs and the development team. The product owner is the embodiment of the customer's voice, and they give constructive feedback on the product roadmap to a product manager. So this is the product roadmap is the communication link between the product owner and the product manager. So a PM role is all about being big picture for the product with the whole long-term project in the mind, with the external stakeholder engagement, and peer role looks at the smaller details rather than the big picture short-term focus with the internal stakeholders. A product manager is with the product from the conception to launch. However, the product owner role has a narrower focus when it comes to working with the development team. I hope now you are clear about the PM and PO roles. If you liked the conversation, please do subscribe the channel, like and share the video. Thank you for watching. Stay connected for more PM topics. Thank you.